This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Florida. I'm here with Joy Pedersen. Since 1990, she has provided spiritual solutions to life's challenges so you can live your purposeful life with ease. I'm joined here with the spiritual healer, best-selling author, and coach. Joy, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
I'm going to start off a little bit about yourself. You're formally educated at UCLA and have gone on to receive many certifications, as well as a master's in metaphysics and a doctor of divinity. Your professional life really began as a publicist for Paramount Pictures in Hollywood, and it continued as bureau chief at PM Magazine. You soon left the glitter of Tinseltown to make a bigger difference in the world. Share with us a little bit, how this journey got started for you.
Well, actually, the journey started young.
Yeah.
I was told when I was a little kid that I would be here for the end of the world as we knew it. It would be my last lifetime and that I wouldn't die this lifetime. I wasn't thinking that I wouldn't get killed in the work that I was doing, but that's the information I had when I was little.
That's some scary information for somebody young, it sounds like to me. Definitely so. Every area of our life has its challenges. Be it business, relationships, money, health, or just our well-being. Challenges exist. Is the root of our challenges many times unseen?
Definitely. Well, when I was in Hollywood, I wanted to teach people the law of attraction because many were struggling to get into the entertainment industry. And they tried networking with me, and I wanted to help them because networking was one of the tools that I used to break into the industry. And when I taught the law of attraction, I realized that many people struggled with inconsistent results applying consistent behaviors, and looked for a solution and realized the blocks were within them, and it really was within the subconscious. So I looked for another solution, and that's when I was introduced to spiritual healing.
Interesting. For over 3 decades, you have helped people identify and release these hidden causes. Why is working beyond our physical world and going deep into our spiritual existence important in the work that you do?
Well, I find a lot of the solutions lie in past lives. And a lot of those individuals who we were are actually working through us in this lifetime to rectify some of the challenges that they experienced in their lifetime. So it's almost like a partnership where we all come together to try to work out some of that karma, the mistakes, the challenges we needed to overcome. We come in each lifetime with a set of lessons that we want to achieve, and also karma that we want to work out, and then also contributions we want to make to others.
Back in the 80s, you lived in the high-paced and competitive city of Los Angeles, working successfully in the entertainment industry. My son has lived in LA for some time now, and really struggle is a common theme. Is that what you experienced with others as you began to see maybe a need to help others as well?
Yes, because not only was it difficult for many to break into the industry, but a lot of people moved into town for the industry, and then they didn't even make friends. So they were lonely and desperately trying to find a job. And it really broke my heart, and I wanted to see people not struggle. And so my whole career has really been around, how do I help people to not struggle?
Interesting. You now live across the country in sunny Florida, yet are you still able to assist not only those struggling in the industry and any industry really, but even celebrities who now deal with maybe sudden success?
I deal with celebrities in a number of different occasions. One, well, the industry itself breeds insecurity, but I also help them. A lot of people that have become rich and famous have signed contracts with darkness, and I can actually clear that for them and help them release some of that karma and the guilt and shame about that. But also, when you're a public personality, you are out in public and you bring up triggers from past lives. If you were, say, famous in other lifetimes but were ridiculed, there are many lifetimes that people have been persecuted. So we clear all that baggage, and then they can speak more clearly with ease. So even speakers, I will clear their path to speaking, their audiences and things like that before they go and make those appearances. But also, as when it comes to Hollywood, once somebody has been in a performance, that performance doesn't necessarily leave them right away. They take on the persona of another character,
Yeah.
and sometimes they get so engulfed in it that that becomes part of them, and we really need to separate them to be able to regroup and become their own person again.
I understand the actor that was Elvis Presley is still speaking with
I
a
was
kind of a drawl of the Southern. I mean, so obviously we take on the characteristics of what we do. In 1981, you founded Express Success to help people overcome their struggle achieving success, but to do so with ease. The process you learned in Hawaii released hidden issues from within the subconscious. Removing these blocks and challenges provides effortless success. What do you mean by effortless and with ease, maybe differing from what traditional coaching may involve today?
I look at it as your computer, and your subconscious is somewhat of the operating system, and that's the part of you that manifests. So you say you want to have a successful career, for example, but your subconscious blocks that for some reason. Maybe you were very wealthy in another lifetime and you gave up your family because of it, and you didn't want to make that sacrifice again. So your subconscious kind of protects you. So if you look at equating your subconscious to an Excel sheet, and on each line of the Excel sheet, there's a formula, there's a past life experience that is part of your memory bank and computer. Every time we do a session, it's like deleting one of those Excel line items. So that formula can't run any longer. So the more you release some of these past memories, you don't show up the same way. You don't feel the same way. You naturally attract things to you that are purposeful with more ease.
Wow. So we're talking about some baggage we're carrying from the past. It can either benefit us or it could possibly hold us back as well. I mean, you are a spiritual healer and author. This automatic writing is a form of channeling the other side. How did
Mhm.
the career of receiving messages from beyond begin for you?
No, that's a funny. Well, I left Hollywood. I was guided from above to leave Hollywood because I'd make more of a difference in the world, and I didn't know what that meant yet. I moved back to New Jersey, where I was from, and after you had a glamorous job in Hollywood, nobody wants to hire you. So I'm home, and what is it? The Other Side. It was a show on NBC. They had somebody that had automatic writing on. And I said, let me try this. And I wrote 18 pages. I could feel the energy come in, and then I could feel it leave. And I was astounded by this. And then I wanted to practice and see how I could apply this. So I'd meditate and then ask for answers. And it started out small, and then it became paragraphs. And then in 2004, Archangel Michael appeared before me, asked me to write his book, Wisdom of the Guardian, Treasures from Archangel Michael to Change Your Life, and join him in a healing practice. So that's where I went formal from all the different shifts that I was making along the way to a full-time spiritual healing practice.
I mean, as a best-selling author of Clear Your Past and Change Your Future, and like you said, with an urging by Archangel Michael, you have set out to improve the world, really. Where can the public find your books? And is there a recent book you're working on, or what's your current project, would you say?
I actually am working on a couple of books right now. The latest one, I think, really is helping other people connect with their angels. Because when people can connect to their own angels, their own guides, it's phenomenal, because they will tell you everything that you need to know and help circumvent a lot of problems if you listen, because they have the bird's eye view and will guide you accordingly, because they know your blueprint and your desires and things like that. So if people can learn to connect with them, because first of all, angels always have to be asked for help. They don't interfere, but everyone has angels to connect with and guides. And when people can take advantage of that resource. It's just phenomenal.
That is phenomenal. I mean, obviously, a coach or anyone that helps us gives us a different perspective, something we can't see. But I imagine somebody who can give a bird's eye global, I mean, spiritual view like that has to really transcend what just any of us can do here. That's quite amazing. You write and speak on angels, heaven, past lives, karma, forgiveness.
Mhm.
Are people skeptical at first? And what is normally the turning point for them to realize that effortless success is possible?
Well, a lot of people have come to me after they've tried everything else and they're desperate enough. I typically get a lot of people that say, I'm doing everything I think I'm supposed to do, and I'm still struggling. I'm not getting the business that I want. I have a lot of business clients, and we'll work on their personal lives, their business lives, and whatnot. But it's typically the people that are spiritually awakening. All of a sudden, they're realizing that there's something more out there. They're sometimes confused about what they're experiencing, and I can shed light on that and reassure them. And also, if things are coming up that's uncomfortable for them, help them release it with ease. And the idea really is to have a better life. So when people are wanting that next step, I can sometimes be that one-stop solution where it's like I can hold their hand, clear the path for them, release energy that's blocking them, release their negative emotions, limiting beliefs, so they open to more effortlessness.
Wow. I mean, from personal topics, of money, relationships, business, to ultimately really global healing, you believe we can all make a difference in the world today. How do people get started with you on this journey to express success?
Well, one of the easiest things they can do is I have a free spiritual bundle, giftsfromjoy.com, and anyone's welcome to access those gifts. I also do a get acquainted call, and I also do a international monthly group call, which is a nice way to get education, clear their issues, and become more aware in a, probably a more affordable manner, and also in a nice spiritual community to learn what's going on in the world behind the scenes where they have nowhere else to really ask.
I mean, obviously, they can join in as a group, like you say, in the Zoom, but you can also do one-on-one if that is something that's more tailored toward them. So the main thing is just reaching out to you. I mean, Joy, you believe this is a pivotal time in history, and you have a heavenly perspective. You believe it's time for all to soar, succeed, and realize peace on earth. Is this
Yes,
rewarding work for you?
it's very fulfilling. It is the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. I had fun in the entertainment industry, but this is really fulfilling. And I think anytime somebody steps into their calling, it resonates very differently. So in the beginning of my life, when I heard I was here for the end of the world as we know it, I know that's what I'm living. That's my truth. And I'm seeing the changes that have occurred, even though it looks very bumpy out there for most, or some, it's not for everyone. It's really things getting rectified so we can move forward.
I mean, as you teach people, you don't have to do something that doesn't resonate with yourself. You want to look for what resonates within you, and then obviously it's going to become easy to do. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, see all the services she provides, and you can find the books that she has written. Read the great testimonials right there on the site as well. She wants you to know you are not alone, and it is time for you to have peace, freedom, love, and abundance. So reach out today. That is Joy Pedersen, living your purposeful life with ease. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.